Napivawala.
OKC.
Kick it
Oh,
loose.
Niyake.
Janet.
Kendrick.
Halito.
Halito. Jay.
Sio.
Madawaka.
Kunamante.
Osio.
Kikadoos.
Once done, he did this. Shh.
Adurahe.
Guna.
Yate.
Buenos.
Stongo.
Yes.
Stongo Oshkin Yacha.
Chakma.
Chimichogma. Mike.
Mike.
the Gavin.
I almost said Matt. Matt.
Heinepe.
P.
Good morning. Coming live from 1950 South Shepherd. My name is Barry Boat.
My name is Domingo White Man. We are the Tour 9.
Yo, toe up from the flow up.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your experience yesterday.
Buck. Oh man, it was great. It was electrifying. It was a lot of energy. Working with Spencer Battist and Batiste and Rock Native. So it was their brothers, they're Seminole. Their dad's from Oklahoma, and they travel all over. They just got done with the LA Clippers game.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did the kind of the similar. They had a hoop dancer, fancy dancer, a couple other dancers, and Northern Cree opened that up. And then
What?
Yeah, like maybe like 2 minutes, and then they sang the rest of the 3 minutes. So we all got
Wow.
Yeah, so they said this was probably the most like best one they probably had last night. And
Really?
OKC Thunder.
Even though they had Northern Cree over there, this is the best one?
Yeah.
How come?
I think because they said they got their part of doing their singing, their performance, what they've been training for and what they work hard for, their talent, I guess. Yeah, but I think it was good, man. They came up with the whole thing. We just went with the flow, danced.
Yeah, seen Boyd busting out his b-boy moves.
Yeah, doing his burpee. Yeah,
yeah. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Me and Nat got to go. We seen Desiree and my nephew AJ. You know, that was great. You know, love seeing my nephew. And then we seen the Lovebirds, Belinda and Kendrick. You know, so that was pretty cool to see them Lovebirds out and about on Kendrick's birthday.
Oh yeah, it's his birthday.
Yeah, it was his birthday
He
yesterday.
was 39 again.
Yeah, definitely. He looks it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was great seeing, the Lovebirds out.
Good job, Uncle. Good job.
But yeah, seeing other people.
A lot of family. Clinton people. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen my nephew Aaron Sleeper.
Oh yeah.
Big baby Aaron.
Oh, our youth working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he was like a couple of people in front of us when we were coming in, and then we get upstairs and he's like, "Hey, Uncle Barry." That was cool,
Yeah.
I guess Riverside was there.
Yeah, Riverside.
I kept hearing him say, "Riverside."
I think their color guard got to go
bring out the colors.
Yeah, the flag, and
that's pretty awesome. Yeah, seen a bunch of natives.
Yeah, it was
so shout out to Natalie's coworker Mike. That's where we got our tickets from, and we were at the CHR event. They had a dinner. No, at NAC.
Oh.
At the NAC building. They were supposed to have it tonight, but they had it last night because they were double booked for I guess it's the A2 C2 dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Drive through. So, but I mean, they had, it was a good meal. I mean, I liked it. If I could have got seconds, I would have got seconds. But it was a hamburger steak, mashed potatoes, gravy, corn, green beans, and
Mm.
a chicken cutlet. Yeah, I
Mm.
was.
He was grubbing.
Well, while we were sitting there eating, she gets the message and was like, "Hey, I just got 2 tickets to the Thunder game, and I'm blind as hell. I'm like, we're going anyway, like."
Yeah.
But it was cool. It's kind of the experience.
Word.
I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of a little overwhelmed,
Oh.
a little with all the bright lights.
Oh.
Because they're so blinding. Fluorescent lights
It gets
like
dark and
blind
it
me. Yeah, it'll
comes
be all
through.
dark and then it just lights up. I was a little overwhelmed at one point, but get to use my grounding.
Yeah.
Kind of have to. It was weird. It's a weird place because I'm in public.
Yeah.
And but hearing all these little kids having a good time, they would say, "Okay, see," and these two little girls would go, "Okay, okay, see, okay."
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was pretty funny. So like just I don't know, it was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Clinton natives there.
Yeah.
Seen my one of my sisters, Kim, was there. Seen
Yeah.
Laquita and Ira at the Canes.
Canes.
Yeah, we went to Natalie's favorite chicken spot at Canes.
Tailgating.
Man, that was good. That
Yeah.
Cane's sauce is smack,
It's
bro.
yeah.
But yeah, so we seen them there. Just seeing it was cool, man. There's natives everywhere.
Yeah. They were in the house. The
Yeah, there's
res was
definitely a lot
at
of them.
Paycom.
Yeah,
Definitely.
for sure. So how was like your whole experience? You didn't get to meet
Oh.
no players or
Well, I got close to them. Got to meet. I seen Westbrook. He came out and warmed up right after we were done rehearsal. He came, start warming up, and I don't know, man. I was just trying to take it all in. I still trying to think about it, and
where y'all waiting? Do y'all wait like you have like separate
no, we all had one room. It was kind of by the
by the locker rooms?
kind of. It was like to the left, and all the players go to the right. Like when they,
Oh, okay.
yeah, but we weren't too far. Rumble was running around. All the what they call them, storm chasers. Those the guys that hype up the crowd and stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they were like right next to us and the cheerleaders. So it was pretty cool, and we had our own little room.
You got to meet MC1
Yeah, yeah, we were right. Yeah, he was right there. I guess they have him down there now. He used to have his own little box.
up
But yeah,
towards like the middle section
yeah,
now.
but they took that out because they're adding more seats.
Oh
So yeah,
really?
but I don't know. They said they're supposed to have the new stadium up. So I don't know.
Wow, new stadium?
Yeah, that's what they told us. But yeah, man,
That's
it
pretty
was
cool.
yeah, it was pretty cool coming up, and I don't know, man. It was like
Thunder are a big thing. I mean,
yeah,
world champions.
yeah,
Like definitely get our we're definitely in the NBA scene.
yeah.
So
Oh, and one thing they had the keenest O's. I don't. I think I sent y'all a picture. The like in the
the
restroom.
bidet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the restroom in the mirror, they have the game like inside the mirror, like
What?
yeah. So you can be using it and watching the game.
Not
Yeah.
even looking at yourself, just
Yeah,
watching the
and
game.
wipe and then
Don't
yeah.
don't even close the
So
door to the
yeah.
just sit there watching the game
Wash your
from the
hands.
mirror.
Get up and go.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we have any comments, Mr.
Yeah,
Rebellis?
Mr.
Yeah,
Knife
yeah.
Chi.
Miss
Start,
Laura
start.
Candy says good morning.
Oh,
sister.
who won that, Laura?
I tried to call you the other day. You didn't even answer.
Charlene says Niakit.
Nyakit,
Yeah,
Nyakit,
okay.
Charlene.
Miss Faye Frazier says Pivawana guys from Seattle, native organizers.
Oh,
Fine.
good morning. Good
Oh,
morning.
Seattle Seahawks.
Cash Kazera says aho to Burrow for the prayers.
Oh,
Oh, aho.
Burrow, Uncle
And Brother
Uncle
Drew
Burrow.
says good morning.
We
Good
wouldn't.
Sweat.
Dave says shout out Daniel Givens, Uncle Biscuit Hunker.
Oh,
Hey, the biscuit hunker.
And Laura says in a few
Daniel
days I'll be
Givens.
3 years alcohol and meth free.
All right,
Oh,
sister.
Laura.
Keep going, keep going. Hope you're doing well. I ain't seen you in a while.
Aunt Mealy says, are you C2 or A2 or both? Because we met Because we met be cousins, Barry. Haha, but I know my brother Bush is Kawa.
Ow.
Kawa.
Well,
Dong.
all of the above.
Then Miss Reader
Mm.
says they had the keenest O's.
Yeah, the keenest O's.
Keenest O's.
Didn't want to leave. Yeah.
And
But
then
yeah, it was a pretty cool experience.
yep, Ant says Thunder Up. What you think? Not back to back watch.
Back to back.
Yeah.
Definitely
And
back to back.
Cassie B says
they
good
gotta
morning,
take
happy day.
Good morning, Cass.
Then Nona Rust says me, and Randy Rust says good morning.
Hey, good morning. Good
Mm.
morning. Thank you for tuning in.
And then Cassandra Ty says good morning.
Cassandra Ty.
Cassandra
Okay.
Ty. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good night.
People wouldn't.
What the heck?
Did we say good night this morning?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Okay. You
Good
better.
night.
You better.
For my Seminole brothers.
Kick poo.
Oh, Kickapoo.
Wow.
Nah,
Wow. Saying good night to the Seminoles, huh?
nah. Oh, I was thinking of Carrie.
Yeah. Carrying Anito. He's Kickapoo.
Are you Seminole too?
I don't know, but I know he's Kickapoo.
Yeah.
Misty says good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Misty.
Oh yeah.
Hope you are
Courtney
having.
said made new outfits night before the game.
Yeah, we stood up 5 hours.
And Ant says he loves your shirt.
I know,
yeah,
right?
Uncle Eyeball.
Uncle Eyeball. Uncle Eyeball. So what do we have today?
Yate.
I know tonight we're having our talking circle here at 1950 South Shepherd. If you're in the area, come and sit in the circle with us. We'll definitely sit around and talk about the solution. But today, it's been, I hate to quit harping on it, but it's been an emotional week.
Yes, definitely.
Just thankful I make that conscious contact with the creator every day.
Every day.
That's
Got to.
yeah, gotta have that conscious contact with the creator. But been sending up more prayers than usual. It seems like this week, but it's kind of like I get to think about who I used to be, what happened and where I am today.
Yeah.
So I find myself being a little bit more thankful
Yeah.
for
Amen, brother.
a little bit more thankful
For
than
real.
what I usually am. So
Sometimes you think like in moments you get this stressed out, or with bills or just anything else to do with just responsibilities. You're like, dang, but man, I gotta think, man, this is a good feeling to have, other than
yeah,
being drugged out or in jail or
definitely,
someone dead, or worst case.
definitely sticks out to me. That I always like to say, I woke up in my own bed, my own apartment, with my own woman.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got him. Yep. Roll over.
And I get to go to
Mwah.
my own fridge.
Give her a little kiss.
Yeah, get some of my own food.
Eskimo kiss.
And I get to put on my own clothes.
Call days.
Take a warm shower in my own bath. Like
Yeah.
these are things that I took advantage of. And I always wonder, like, well, damn, where was I doing all that before? Like it was just kind of random. I was living out of a backpack.
Dang.
Just kind of wandering the streets. And I get the opportunity today, to connect with other people that are in that same situation.
Yep.
So if you're listening today and you want to make a change in your life, um, reach out. Let's
Yeah.
figure out a solution. And that's probably the greatest thing about my life today is I get that opportunity. And what?
Sorry, now I'm going.
No, no.
Oh, read the comment.
What's it say?
Oh, okay. Um, Dave said don't have to give her back Sunday night. God.
Yeah.
B all says yate.
Yate.
Oh,
Mr. Ron Colley says good morning, nephews.
Good morning, Uncle.
Uncle.
Cassandra Ty
Ron.
says Kasha Pomo and Coast Miwok.
Oh, hey, Miwok.
And then Biscuit Honker says I'm here. What's it do?
Biscuit
Oh.
Honker. All right, Uncle Biscuit Hunker.
And then Janet Pratt says, Pivot Walnut inviting all to prayer service tomorrow night at Concho NAC building.
Hey, yeah, tomorrow. You know, and it was my niece's birthday yesterday. Star Woman and Whirlwind woman.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 years old, you know. And
Girls.
Janet thought she was pregnant the other day, so
Oh, I don't.
yeah, so
Congratulations!
yeah,
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, so congratulations,
Is that what
sis.
she's gonna announce tomorrow night?
Yeah.
At the prayer service?
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
really here.
But yeah, they're having
pray
a
for the new
peyote
baby.
meeting.
Oh
You
yeah.
know, they're having a peyote meeting for the babies at Concho, so she's inviting everyone out, and it's a blessed thing when you get to see twins come into this world.
Yeah.
You know, we have twins in my family, and my great grandma was a twin. My grandma's mom was a twin,
Wow.
and her name was Lena Two Hatchets. That was her maiden name, Lena Two Hatchets. So my grandma always said, one of you all, talking to my girl cousins, one of you all are gonna have twins, and my cousin Mary had Keenan and Kiana. Yeah, Keenan and Kiana Four Horns. So it's an amazing thing, So and them babies are just cute,
Yeah.
Star and
No, they're starting to walk.
Wuwadas, huh?
They're starting to walk.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
yeah.
around.
They're just cute,
Janet's gonna be playing defense pretty
Uh huh.
soon.
Dribbling her stomach.
I meant trying to guard Star Woman. Where
Oh
they gotta chase him around. No, no,
no,
no, no,
she's
no,
not
no, no, no.
again. Yeah, she's not.
Oh, Chris. Yeah.
Do we have any more comments before we jump off into this reading?
And it said we should ask you how come you used to do push-ups and why.
Who?
And
Shit, to bust you up, boy. What do you mean?
then Brother Drew said, if things work out, I'm going to make the circle tonight. Think it's much needed. He says.
Definitely, brother.
Mm,
Come and check us out.
come through.
Come through, man.
Some.
That's
I'll give you a call. I'll give you a call here in a little bit. We're gonna confirm. I gotta have our George Hawkins liaison reach out to see if they're gonna be able to make it tonight.
Oh, with the storm.
Yeah, with the storm and all, because it would be their last circle.
Yeah. Graduate Tuesday.
Yeah, they graduate next Tuesday, which is always an amazing deal to watch. These George Hawkins students. I don't like to call them clients.
Students.
They're
Brothers,
students,
sisters.
and brothers and sisters that we get to know. We get to be a part of their recovery. It's an amazing thing to watch this transformation happen. And I just wish them all the best. I've seen a lot of a lot of people get sober going through there. So.
And they're supposed to do their favorite yoga pose at graduation.
Oh, really?
So yeah, I'm gonna
What's
lay
your
up.
favorite?
This is the baby.
Happy baby. Or no.
Happy
Nah,
baby. Matt
I'm
baby.
gonna just lay a mat right in front of them when they get up and speak. Yeah.
Happy baby. What is happy baby?
I don't
You
know.
want to show him real fast?
Yeah, let me
Right here.
Bust it
here,
out.
back up the camera. Yeah. Yeah.
Do we have any more comments?
Randy Nolene says, "Good morning, my brothers."
Oh,
Good morning. Good morning, brother.
Randy.
Well, should we go ahead and jump off into this reading?
Yes, sir. Heh.
Huh.
All right, today's November 20th. Oh, and
There you go.
quick shout out to my son Ryder Hawk White Man. Happy birthday. He's 13 years old today.
Oh, today Ryder
Yeah.
is?
He was at the game last night. So
Wow.
So he got good birthday then.
yeah, the school brought him out. So and he said he got home about 1 a.m. last night. So he had a good time.
Still had to be at school too.
Yeah, and we had to drag it in.
Happy birthday, nephew.
Yeah.
Cassie said, "Happy baby. That's the most awesome yoga move."
What?
I don't know why you would know that,
So,
but hey,
it is a All right.
You know why she would know.
What?
hold up, hold up.
Hold on. Wait. Who? Yeah. All right. Today, November 20th. We're still in the fall. Today it says money cannot buy affection.
Mm.
Is it Mangas, Coloradus,
Mangus Coloradus
Apache?
Apache.
In this modern times, we put too much is it emphasis
Emphasis.
on material things and on money. We
Mm-hmm.
believe that money is power. If we have money, people will respect us. If we have money, people will admire us. If we have money, we can have anything we want. Maybe we can
Mm-hmm.
purchase anything in the material world, but we cannot purchase anything in the unseen world. The
Mm.
unseen world is not for sale. It can only be given love, affection, admiration,
Mm-hmm.
trust, respect, commitment. These must be earned or given away. If we use these things from the unseen world, we are using real power. My
Mm.
creator, let me demonstrate your power today. Let me be loving to all I meet. Oh,
Wow.
Mr. Botone, what you think?
That's
By
is
affection.
that is probably, at one time in my life I had it backwards.
Mm,
As thinking I was a big drug dealer, and when you think you're a big drug dealer, you're probably your best customer.
yeah.
Like, that's just how that goes. And but I watched so many other, man, just a situation recently, where a guy is trying to buy this affection, from from an individual who has other plans, like if they're not going to get it here, they're going to go over here and go get it, and but then, I also think about people, in my life where I watched them be successful in so many different ways, but then, you know, they think that money is gonna keep people around, and it just doesn't work that way. That's not the way, where it talks about the compassion, the love, the affection, like all the things of the unseen world that are free. Those things are free, to give them and to receive them. Those things are free. And I can see parts of my life where I've lost touch with that. And I today I consider my success, as to how my kids feel about me. How do my grandkids, how do they view me?
Mm,
What do they see me as? How proud of me is my mom? My aunties, my uncles, like who am I in my community? Am I approachable? Can people turn to me when, when they know I can help them? Like am I overstepping my boundaries, as far as um because that's one of the things that, like, we've helped a lot of people,
yeah.
but there's a lot of people that weren't ready for our help, so they see what they can get out of us. Like, don't you give out McDonald's cards, or don't you give out, like,
Yeah. Ross cards.
yeah, like, don't you, like, I don't have no clothes, I ain't got nowhere to stay, I ain't got nothing to eat. Like, do they pay you to go to rehab? And it's like the gift you get has nothing to do with, it's not monetary. You know, it's, it it doesn't come in the shape of, it doesn't come in clothes, it doesn't come in,
Yeah.
like it's something spiritually that you're able to hold on to and build off of it. Like, there's nothing like monetary that can even compare to what it means to be free today. The monetary value, like what does love cost?
Not blind love.
Yeah. You know what does love cost? Love doesn't that isn't love.
Nothing.
Love doesn't, it doesn't cost you a penny. It's an action.
Mm.
I can say it all that I want, but it's an action.
Yeah.
And I get, and one thing I've come to understand is that you can't give away what you don't have.
Mm.
I remember a time where the only time I had a place to sleep, only time I had a place to eat, only time I had a place to wash my clothes, to take a shower is I had to have drugs. Like that's the only reason why people wanted me around
Mm.
is I had to have drugs. And and then you're everybody's best friend, right?
Yeah.
Then everybody's happy to see you when you walk in. You know, like it builds up like, like this fake love and it you have it in your head that you're important to somebody. I remember, man, just some horrible times, waking up from a long bender and you want to get right back into it as soon as you wake up. And then it's like, and then it's like everybody get all giddy. Like if the dope man showed up,
Yeah.
everybody gets all happy. Everybody's laughing about everything, like, and you don't realize it at the time, like how bad this thing's got you.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking like I would rather give somebody like paper money than I would rather give them drugs because everybody has paper money, but everybody's looking for the drugs.
Yeah.
So like that was way more powerful than it was to have money.
Mm.
And and then then you're, you know, of course, there's men and women who, like they just chase that sack.
Mhm.
That's what's important to them. So they'll do whatever they can to keep it in their life.
Yeah.
So I mean, today, I get the opportunity to show affection to to my family. I get to love my grandkids, my kids, my mom, my brothers, my sisters, my nieces, my nephews. I feel blessed that maybe I do get to help out with the fundraiser. Like I don't, like those are the types of things that I try to be a part of today. Whereas before, I was struggling. I was struggling, and I seen how, and what kind of, like what kind of person do you got to be to think that drugs are gonna find you that significant other. Like,
Yeah.
but you have it in your head, that maybe she does love me. Like I
She
mean,
hasn't left me. She keeps coming back.
yeah. Well, she could be with this guy, and that guy, but she chooses to be over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's, when you're not being honest with yourself, that leaves the door open for a lot of different things that are unnecessary.
Mm.
And got a friend going through the worst of that, going through the worst of that right now, and I can say that there's nothing in this world that's going to change his situation, but if anything we can be there for his kids, so that's the way that I think today. I get an opportunity. Yeah, if I could bless somebody, I would definitely bless them. But like for the most part, what I'm trying to help a person achieve has nothing to do with money at all.
Mm.
It's a freedom that I get, that I was blessed with. It's a freedom that it's a feeling that I wish I could bottle. Because I mean, I don't know what, I always say this, I don't know what's supposed to happen next
Mm.
because I've never been here in my life before. Like I don't know what that, like I don't know what's supposed to happen next. But to take the pressure off me, I pray to the Creator and ask Him to give me His will every day, and He leads me where He needs me to be. And He allows me to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, and this isn't gonna last forever. Like this will come to an end one day.
Yeah.
And all I pray is that I'm able to keep doing, what I love. This is what I love doing. I love helping people. I want to be there for my people. And as long as I'm able to do that, I feel like I got a chance. The Creator's gonna allow what, I may not have everything that I want, but I got everything that I need.
Mm.
And that's it took some work to get there. And I'm proud of I'm proud of where I am today and the opportunity that I get. And as long as I can keep helping my people, I feel like I got a chance to make a difference in this world, and that's all that I need. Is a chance. So,
Mm.
so like, yeah, I feel like I'm just
Chance the
walking
Rapper.
in circles.
Yeah, no, you good words.
Mm,
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
That's
that's word.
word. Ooh. Good job.
Good job.
Hey, good job, Uncle. Adidas. Woo. We got any more comments?
Yeah, seen them all popping up.
Yeah.
Uh, James Scott says, "Good morning,
Good
bros.
morning, brother.
Oh, good
James
medicine
Scott.
this morning."
Ahoo.
Cassie
Mm.
B says, "STFU. I can't stand y'all."
Well,
Southern.
thank you.
Yeah.
Southern.
James Scott says, "That's good stuff, bro. Am I approachable? That's good stuff, Boto."
Thank you. Thank you, brother.
Good
I've been
words.
dealing with this money seeker bouncing around our circles trying to get what he wants from the next guy, and you can see his motive from a mile away, too, man. It's ugly, too.
It is.
Ugly.
And Sister
Demons.
Theta says, "Love you guys. Great show last night, Mingo Bruce."
Oh, Theta.
Oh, she was there?
I don't know. Was she?
I-
Was you there, Theta?
Was you there, Theta? I didn't
And
smell feet.
Charlene says, "Having to relearn how to see the world with sober intentions is where relapse creeps in. Prayer is a powerful tool in those times." Leslie Boton says, "Good morning, brother. I just
Good
woke
morning,
up."
sis.
Christy Coombs or Combs, in my addiction, I thought I had a lot of friends, but once I lost my friends, my circle got smaller, and now that I'm sober, I rarely see any of them. On
For
another
sure.
note, I tried to buy my kids happiness because that's how my parents showed love,
Yeah,
keeping them distracted with things so they wouldn't notice my absence, but thankful for the opportunity to change.
definitely. And I get that because that's how my grandmother was. She wasn't an affectionate person. My dad's mom, my grandma Ruby, she wasn't an affectionate person, but she'll give you, she'll break you off. You know what I mean? Like she'll give you some money real fast because and you see where that disconnect happened. Between her and her kids, and I know she tried to do better with her grandkids, but like there was a key component missing from all of our relationships. So that's thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. Stacy says hello.
Hey, Stacy.
Hello.
Good morning,
Uh,
sis.
Brother Alan Fletcher says, "Spilling the tea. I overheard Paul the Pilgrim kick Tom Running Turkey out the AA meeting. Yep,
Ah.
he told Tom, 'Go on, get no wild turkey allowed.' Then Tom turned around and told him, 'Well, pluck you and the boat you rode in on. Stay blessed and stay groovy.'" He says.
Ah. Oh.
Theta says, "No, unfortunately, I wasn't there. Seen the videos Yoli
Oh.
posted."
You better not have been there.
Yeah.
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 But
And
yeah,
then Biscuit Honker says, "I don't know what to do next or what I'm supposed to do next. I truly
Yeah.
understand that.
keep honking them biscuits.
I get like that too. It's like hitting a plateau."
Keep here honking them biscuits, brother.
Then,
And I think another thing is, after coming back into my kids' life sober, I'd always been in their lives, it wasn't like but I wasn't ever sober. Coming back into my kids' life sober, like, um, that's what I was trying to do, was trying to buy their, Like what kind of shoes you want, what, yada yada. Like buying my kids, like buying my son. He was like 8 years old when I came home, or he was younger than that, six maybe. Yeah, he's about 6 years old, and here I am buying him like like some expensive gaming system, and he don't even care. Like he's breaking it.
Oh man.
Like he's getting mad because he can't pass a level and he breaks it. Like I buy them the headset,
Oh, the eight. Is it the VR?
yeah, the VR set,
Yeah.
and my daughter gets in trouble on that because there was like somebody trying to message her.
Oh dang.
Yeah, like what I mean. She was like 8 at the time, 8, 9. Like and like, but I'm it's important to me because I have the opportunity to do these things, and I'm trying to do the most, and it's like, what, like they just want me there. Like I can take them to McDonald's and they would love that. Here I am trying to take them to the most yeah, trying to take them to S&B burger, yeah, just to get a hamburger, like got to go to, but now they they were happy with the dollar burger.
Mm,
They just wanted their dad present.
yeah.
So
Amen. Oh, my turn.
go ahead.
Yeah.
You
Well.
want me to read these first? Or?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
All right. Jen Miller says, "Good morning, y'all."
Good morning, Jen. It wouldn't.
Biscuit Honker says, "Tita Moreno, your feet stink."
Gang.
Tita said, "Never." And then we have a comment from RMG Cienfuegos.
Fuegos.
Hey.
Sometimes love seems to be a waste of time on oneself. When one becomes a pariah of one's family, so I really love myself. My siblings and I have different fathers. Now that our mother passed 25 years ago, I'm alone in the world now. I pray for them behind their backs. So
Oh.
Mary Faye says, Uncle Eyeball. No, they didn't. Me and Sharon Beard just noticed your T-shirt.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I got two of them. Two of these bad boys. I love them. Got the magnifying glass. Yeah, Uncle Eyeball.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Mingo.
Go ahead, Mingo.
Oh. Yeah, I think of yeah, because it reminds me of how I know the one of our chiefs were talking about how like he looked at giveaways. Some of the dancers were mad that how come they're getting Pendletons and like the great, the top brand of giveaways, blankets, and and he was like, and I get all this and that, and he's like, we appreciate what you're getting is something, that doesn't have to be high class or a $500 blanket,
Yeah, it's the thought.
Yeah, and so it reminds me every time too about how even a long time ago it'd be like my mom be like, the bills are paid. Yeah, we may be broke, but bills are paid. We got cars paid and insurance, all etc. And when we get nice clothes, we do. If we don't, we don't. We just take care
Yeah,
of what we got. And I feel that too. And being present with kids too, with your kids and even your grandmas and grandpas too, just being there and asking them, spend time with them. And especially today with the phones, TikToks, it's Facebook. It's hard to step away and be away from it. So I think that's our challenge now to get what we can from the elders, knowledge passed down to learning from them too, because what they experience, from the 70s, 80s, and 90s into now, what we got to carry on. So and yeah, and I remember some of our families would be like, well, they got all the high class. They're talking about me and my mom and them, and I was like, this ain't high class, it's South Pole.
yeah.
It's just JC Penney's $10 shirt. But just I didn't even think I never thought I never put myself up there over anybody. And I always think just making it through, and not like just getting by, but make sure you're comfortable and as a whole and having it together and not being have to worry about being perfect, just because I can see the other and people, some other people, it's ugly, like the money seeker, and people just real, they get that real judgy, even our own people too. It's sad, it's not. When I see other natives doing stuff, and not that they have to do powwows or ceremonies if they're, being a doctor or a dentist, or their mind's so focused on the career. And I learned from another elder the other day, but we are talking about how it was a little meeting, and we're talking about how when was the first time you ever heard your language? How old was you? And we talked about, I talked about how it was mainly manners, or uch, numahits, get and nishke, just learning all them words, and they talk about, like, even some of the elders don't even, they speak it now, but they say 20 years ago they couldn't speak it because a lot of their grandma and grandpa said once you get out there, jump high, swim faster. When got to be in the white man's world, the English world, and educational, and pursuing your career. And I respect all the other natives that are, maybe they don't know their language or they don't go to powwow ceremonies or anything like that, but if they're, they're educated, they're they're not just wealthy, but it's what they were taught to do. They were taught to, we need natives, that come becoming doctors, lawyers, be able to go out there and succeed in that world. And then when the time is, that spirit knows when they're to come back, reconnect with their culture, their other, how we always say, what, two worlds. So I always always think of that too sometimes. And I don't know, this is what this meditation gave me today. Is not, you don't have to be the, like it said there, if you got more money, people admire you, people respect you just because you have money. And it's like, well, and like, what did Bob Marley say? What does rich mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does that should make you rich?
yeah, yeah. So yeah, and it just, mine's it just being. I think being rich is just like spiritually and connecting with the unseen world, and having, all this free, Mother Earth stuff, sage, sweet grass, and putting in work to go, at the same time prayer and connecting with Mother Earth, and being appreciative, being, being Cheyenne, or being whatever tribe you are. Yeah, yeah, the sisters, not sister. But yeah, just being thankful for what we have, for what I have. And if you're in, brother Biscuit, talking about hitting that,
Biscuit hunker.
Biscuit Hunger, talking about where do I go from here, and once you sit there and sit still and pray and think of, what's next, and
Mm-hmm.
Maheo will give you that answer, and he may not give it to you right then and there.
Funga.
Yeah, Ofunga. He may give it to you, the weekday, or it'll come to you. And that, because I was kind of there too. I didn't know which way to go or what to do. I wanted to go drinking. I wanted to get wasted, but I yeah, but I no, I didn't. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I wanted, I was at work and I was like, I gotta work. I gotta take care of my sons, myself, and be able to have a job. And that's what my mom taught me. So, that's what I stuck with. And I went to my school a few weeks ago, or last week, my middle school, and it was Southside GBC, Juaritos. It was at the time when I was there, and Southside was wanting me to join, and because they wanted me to join to beat GBC up, So I was like, no, I kind of did, and I was gonna get jumped in, but I was like, no, I want to play football. I want to play soccer. And then when every time I go to Sundance with my grandpa, I was like, I want to do this. I want to dance. Go to Red Earth powwows and Oklahoma City New Year's powwows when I used to have it out there, and the fairgrounds. And I was glad my mom, like I said, Nako Ed, Bunaheo, Sage Woman. I'm glad my mom took us to Fonda, to Sealand, to Concho, and him and Clinton, all these dances, and my sister before my time. And just being very appreciative of her. Props to my mom, Nako E, and just being, because no telling, woulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If she didn't take us, I could have went that other way. And I'm just glad that just appreciate what we have and what we get today. So, Mado.
Ooh, and that's a great point. As long as your family's safe, healthy, you're a rich man.
Hmm.
They know what love is, they know what affection is, they know what compassion is. They know what, I was told the highest form of love is understanding.
Mm.
That The highest form of love is understanding. So, that's
Boom.
great. Mr. Revelis,
Yes, Knife Chief. Got any
Let me,
Mr.
words?
Knife Chief.
let me read these. We have some pretty long comments
All right,
here.
here
Yeah,
we
go
go.
ahead.
Let's go.
Go ahead.
Mr. Isai Sarmiento says, I'm glad I grew up with all my elders taught me the importance of quality time and good memories with
Mm,
loved ones.
yeah, great point.
Isai.
Sister Leslie says, Christian does the same thing. He likes to break his stuff too, and every time that I try to buy him stuff or anybody buys some stuff, he'll hide it, but he won't let nobody play with it. And I'm surprised that he still got the monster truck that his Uncle Barry bought for him. He's got it underneath his bed where nobody will get it. Cassie B says, My dad moved to Oklahoma from New York. All his people were very wealthy. He never went back home. He stayed and learned our ways and lived a humble life. I realized why he left and when I went back as an adult.
Peyote man. He was a peyote man.
Theta says, I agree. It's a true blessing to be where I'm at today. I have a home, a car, bills are paid, food in the fridge, and having to remind myself that it's enough. Just being able to come home every day and seeing my daughter and grandson is rich to me. I
Mm.
prayed for this.
Thank you for commenting that, sister. Wash your feet.
Nice.
Mm.
Isai says, If you still got family, you are rich. Arapaho Proverbs 101.
Mm.
Yes, yes. Thank you for
And
commenting.
Natalie says, This reading speaks to me every time. Too many of our people judge and measure success by the material things they can buy. I have a whole day's discussion about the perspective that was taught to me on what makes us rich. And
Definitely. And I think my Shine and Rapo people, I think we're gonna see a lot of that here coming up because we get a per cap, oil and gas payment. And we've it's always fluctuated every year. I remember getting like a $25 check whenever I was a little kid. And I remember, that was our per cap, and that's what it used to be every year, $18. Like $40 was like big.
Mm-hmm.
And then one year it was like 90 something dollars, like it fluctuated. And this year, we get, it's I consider it, pretty substantial, $322. But because it before it's maybe been 5, 6, 700, like you're gonna hear how unappreciative people are. Like I'm just happy, like I'm happy with whatever I get.
Yeah.
I remember that used to be the only money I would get for Christmas. Like for my kids. And I have to manage it, like figure out who gets what, like and today I understand that, like trying to buy those expensive gifts. Now, I my younger kids, they just want like books. I was like, man, I'm so appreciative that they'd be happy with books. You know what I mean? Like just to say, like I took them to Barnes and Noble,
Yeah.
and he let me pick whatever I wanted. Like
Dang.
it ain't like they're picking big old, but they'll pick a little bitty book. That's $7, $8. So I mean, we're, I think we're gonna see that a lot here within the next couple of days because they just released how much we're getting.
Yeah.
And I appreciate any, any kind of help. So Mr. Knife Chief.
mm,
Got any words about today's meditation?
yeah, the world we live in is centered around money,
Money.
centered around what you think you need to provide in materialistic ways. Centered around a world that everything kind of seems to have its own price tag. And so I think that, well, while you're going through life, you think about what can bring you success and what can bring you influence and things like that. Everyone always centers it around money. And I think, even to an extent, if people are gullible enough, they think that's how they earn their respect too. And I think that, as we've learned, kind of over the last few meditations that the things we need to be searching for are, that's love, it's trust, it's kindness, it's the things that can bring you a real connection, um, developing that relationship with Creator, developing that relationship with God, how important that is, and how you're going to find things in life that are beyond materialistic, beyond um, what the world is offering to you. Because when that's all you're seeking, you're going to stay. You're going to stay in that area. And I think it's important that you realize that. I was told, and while I've been studying, is like we're here, but we're not taking anything with us. You can buy everything in the world, but you're not taking anything with you if you pass and when you pass. It's that's a that's going to happen at some point in our life, and you can have everything in the world and think that money's going to provide all this stuff with you. I remember having a conversation with my father-in-law one time, and he's like, I respect everybody and I respect everything they have to say, and he was like, and what they believe and what they do. He was like, if anybody tries to put anything inside my casket when I pass, he's like, don't let them. He's like, I'm not taking any of that stuff with me. He's like, I'm already gone. He's like, I understand that people like to put memories and stuff with you and things like that in there. He's like, but tell them to keep it. He's like, I'm not going to take it with me. He's like, and I was just like, man, I was like, how?
Dang.
I was like, that was powerful to me in a point, because he's like, he's not grounded in that materialistic view to where he felt like he had to, like, people had to do something or help him in whatever journey he was already on. He was like, I'm already going to be gone. He's like, I'm not coming back for anything they're taking with me. I was just like, wow, okay. I was like, because that's pretty significant to a lot of our people sometimes. But I just remember him being very specific about that. And so I just think it's kind of grounded me into a point to where I started to realize, like, man, I was like, we're nothing but stewards of the things that Creator gives to us, and how important that is. That sometimes Creator really blesses you, and sometimes He doesn't. Sometimes we go through trials in life. Sometimes we go through hard seasons. Sometimes we're in a battle with grief and trauma on a daily, and sometimes it gets really hard. And there isn't any amount of money that's going to help you get through that. And I think it's important that we hold on to the real values that Creator tries to teach us about. And so this morning when I was reading, I wrote down these things. It says, you can buy comfort, but you can't buy peace. You can buy attention, but not genuine affection. I was saying you can buy followers, but not real friendship. And so I thought that that's what I kind of got out of this morning, is that when I was doing the meditation, I was just like, man, I was like, it's so key to understand that there are things in life where even as people that were in active addiction, where we were seeking out things that made us happy for a short period of time, or what we thought was happiness at the time, um, it was fleeting, and it disappeared after that short period of time, and we'd have to go try to find it again and spend more money again to try to get it done. And I think it's just, as we've all learned over time, is that, man, when you start to try to seek love and seek knowledge and things like that, it changes the way you
Mhm.
are, and the people that are around you in your circle of fellowship, and how important that is. So that's what I had today.
Well, thank you for sharing that, brother.
Mm.
And
Nice.
while you were speaking, it's just um something that ran across my mind. Like, are you spiritually bankrupt?
Yeah.
Like, are you spiritually bankrupt? And how do you find that? How do you fulfill that desire to you know does it look like money? Does it look like possessions? And kind of like you said, how Bob Marley, that reporter was asking him, you, like, you got a bunch of money, are you rich? And I know what he meant, because it was an American asking a third world, you know uh uh a third world man, like, are you rich now? And he's like, well, what makes you rich?
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you got a bunch of possession. He was like, possession make you rich? Like it's like, nah, I'm rich because I have God.
Mm.
That's what made him rich. And that's a spiritual thing.
Mess-
And can you just wake up one day and you're like, oh yeah, I got God, I'm rich?
Right.
No, it's like you got to work on that. You got to work on that relationship.
Yeah.
You got to ask for these things when you pray. Like that's and then he'll give you tests, to see where you're at in your learning and how you're processing
Yeah.
things. How are you, like how are you coping with things? Because I used to be in a mindset where something would happen, I'd get triggered, and then my old coping skills would come out.
Mm.
Whether it was hitting people or
Yeah.
like there's just so many different ways where I was afraid to show that I love somebody or that I had affection, or like those things became impossible for me, and I was spiritually bankrupt. I didn't pray, I reacted off of emotion,
Mm.
and I just did whatever made me feel better at the time, and then later regret, you sitting in jail, like damn it, like it just, I was spiritually bankrupt.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a, just that simple statement. You cannot buy affection.
Not by happiness.
You know, it's too easy. We can spend all day talking about it. So, do we have any more comments before we get off
Yeah.
this bad boy?
Nat said Seminoles aren't a per cat tribe, so $25 would even be a blessing. Well, it's a privilege and a blessing to get what you get, so no need to throw a fit, she says.
Bird.
Oh, boo.
Christy Combs says true wealth can't be measured by numbers. Rissa says Uncle Eyeball.
Uncle Eyeball.
Eyeball.
Lisa Garza says
Lisa.
conversations about money used to make me uncomfortable in my active addiction because it would be used as a weapon. Today, I'm
Definitely.
learning how to have a better perception when discussing money situations.
Mm.
And there's financial abuse.
Oh yeah.
There is such a thing as financial abuse.
B all says we are heading to Norman for Thanksgiving. I'm hoping to stop by in El Reno on my way.
Hey, come check us
Nice.
out.
Yeah.
Come check us out for sure.
Stacy says good words, Mello. AJ Sativa says Pivawana
Pivawana.
Hey,
Chad
Pibuna.
Riley and I just had our morning meditation. Good read.
Oh,
All
Chad boy.
right, all
Chad boy.
right, yeah,
Christy Combs says if you chase material wealth, you'll never be satisfied, just going to want more and more.
definitely.
Yeah.
You can burn money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You
Get
can
right.
literally get a lighter and burn it up.
Yeah. You can wipe your. Hey.
Yeah.
Nat
Was it?
says I was almost upset recently realizing we have so many potential commitments for Thanksgiving dinner, but instead of stressing and trying to maintain a schedule, I realized this was a massive privilege I have, and how dare I be upset. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Mm.
I know I wanted to go with her on for Thanksgiving. She goes and eats with her mom and her family. But then my daughters, their grandparents didn't plan on cooking this year. So no, so I had to like create, make sure that they have, so I plan on cooking.
Oh.
I plan on cooking for
Any cake?
Thanksgiving. Yeah, cake,
Ooh.
turkey, ham, the whole nine.
Mm.
Charlene says, just a quick share about Christmas. I've done the four gift idea for a few years now. Um, one you read, one you need, one you want, and one you can give away. The
Oh
best
yeah,
one to witness is the one that they give away.
good idea. Thank you for sharing that.
Sharon Beard says, God is so good. I'm
Mm,
so blessed to have a relationship with God, Atias. He is my
Yes.
provider, my friend, and my physician. I love the share today. Good words and comments from all. Have a blessed day.
thank you for sharing that. NT
Ella Mae Blackhouse says, Noah.
Noah.
Joining from
Good job,
Quincy,
Auntie. Good job,
Massachusetts.
Uncle.
Hey, thank you for tuning in.
Good job, Auntie.
Uh,
Well,
Leslie says, my brother needs to wash his feet.
Yeah.
God.
And Johnny Powell says, "You all have a good day."
Oh, Johnny.
Stone Cold David. David. Stone Cold Johnny.
Johnny.
I'm just saying Stone Cold David. Stone Cold
Stone
Johnny. Mr. Powell.
Chabon.
Cassie says, "Barry, you are a turkey."
Oh, what?
A
Why?
jive turkey.
Why did the turkey cross the road to get away from the ugliness? Yeah,
What?
Hesse one.
I can't cuss. On
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Ah,
Well, that's all I really got. This guy's gonna get us in trouble.
No.
well, I got one more thing to say.
Go
Just all everybody's comments made me think of Doc Native last night before we went out. Like right before the Dylan was our how do you call that? Like our
Liaison.
liaison. He was with the Thunder. He's helping us the whole time. But before we went out there, Doc was like, "Come here, guys, let's huddle up." And we huddled up, and he prayed for us. So it's really good because I don't know. It's like when it got closer to time, we were all of us were just breathing hard, and it's a big. It was different from rehearsal. There's a lot more people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just
I seen your moves last night.
oh yeah. I felt good. Just let the spirit, the song, the music take me away. Yeah.
Hmm.
Mm,
Good deal. Proud of you, brother.
thank you. Oh,
Well, like, share, follow. Tell your mammy about us.
subscribe.
Subscribe. We will see you tomorrow. I hope.
Jen, sorry. Good reading today. I love it. I always felt rich being raised in the teepee. Thankful for my dad for teaching me to pray and always taking me to meetings growing up.
I hope. Thank you for sharing that. I hope.